even take it fucking run. Such a long journey this has been. Finally got my 40,000 pound rated gooseneck made by Diamond C. 2-year wait. At the end of the video, we'll completely go over this trailer, but for right now, we got to get to work because that's why I bought this trailer. Not for the thumbnail, clickbait kind of stuff. We got the best trailer in the business. Thumbnail stuff, we got the best trailer because we want to take it to work. Alcoa, big axles, hutch suspension, disc brakes, oak deck. This thing's a beast, and we got the biggest machine I own on there. Let's get to work. What in the world is happening? Old man just texted me video from his place. He lives about 15 minutes that way, pretty much on the other side of that hill. Snowing at his house. It was just blue skies. There's I got snow. Anyway, I am doing a little drilling on my brand new trailer. Normally I stick the lead right through here, but there's not enough room for my fitting, so I had to drill a hole. So yeah, come up for air from drilling and then snow. Whatever. Normally you got the little spool of wire and your control buttons inside the box with the rest of the gadgets. What's this? We got zip tie, don't need to be there. But I like to take it out of there because, you know, coming out here is a little inconvenient. Open up the box. Just like having it right here. This guy's got just barely enough room to keep this thing out of the way. some, you know, this customizing is always a little bit finicky. But we'll get that thing stationed up right there. That's how I have it on my first fleet neck right there. That was just a 2-button system. And I also have it that way on the dump trailer as well. Yeah, see, that barely misses her. Look at that. That's cool now. By the way, instead of the 2-button, they got 4. So you can hit your hydraulic jacks. Man, that just sounds nice. And you can hit your dovetail. I got a machine on there, so I'm not gonna mess with it. But so you just come up here and lean back on the truck, hit the buttons. You don't have to go mess around with stuff back there. You guys see that right there? That thing's offensive. It's like a bowling ball. What the heck? The 3-inch B&W turnover ball. It's not a turnover anymore. She won't fit that way. I'll tell you, I'm pretty excited that they finally came out with a 40,000 pound rated B&W slide-in ball like that, because that truck, this trailer, is all like within a couple year vision. Everything came together. Man, it was a lot of work, a lot of, you know, patience and everything, but we finally got the whole package. And truthfully, we started planning on this thinking we might have some bigger and better equipment that's going to actually weigh a lot more than what we got now. And ordered the truck after ordered the trailer, and truck showed up, machine showed up, trailer selling showed up. We waited 2 years for this trailer, and it's finally here. It's pretty neat. So I'll tell you why we waited the 2 years. But first, I'll just make you notice we got 2 of them. What the heck? Where's the other one? I've always had that one. Bought it in 2019. I'd say that was first gen, the Diamond C, you know, reinventing the wheel kind of thing. Engineer neck, beam, the whole 9. And I literally bought the same exact trailer, except for it is the 2.0 version. And it's rated for 40,000 pounds, like the old trailer ball. And it's got some shinies back there and some other stuff. And oh, what a unit back there. Let's check it out. So you saw we loaded up the Prime Tech on the new bird and hauled it out of here. This trailer and a 5500 is still within spec and everything's fine, especially since I got upgraded tires and wheels and hutch suspension on this trailer. There's a couple other cats that do run even heavier than I do on the 212 setups with the conventional lightweight suspension, and they've been holding up very well. But throwback to, you know, when I first started this and I first got my CDL and stuff in 2015, I bought the cheapest trailer that I could because that's what matched my budget. And it was Texas Pride. It did me good for a couple years. It started everything I had. But the thing is, buying cheap costs you in the end. Now, I will say straight up, I buy Diamond C to use the trailer, not to gain views or just talk about buying the best thing there is, i.e. trying to get more views, and I don't buy it to give it away. I buy these to use them. And they have treated me very well. When I talk about buying the cheapest stuff, that haunts you on a daily basis because you're continuously working on it. So when I started looking at getting a Diamond C, I was like, well, these things, they're a nice trailer. They are not cheap. I want to get one, get some bells and whistles in it. So I got the oak deck, so it's good and durable. Got the hutch suspension, so it's tough in the corners when you're binding on it with a load. And I got hydraulic disc brakes, and I could not get the disc brakes on the big axles at the time. And after having a few, you know, axle seals fail on you and contaminate your drum brakes, you just don't really want to go back to drums, because if you don't have, you know, your oil in your bearings, it goes into your brakes and you don't got no brakes. So that's really why I went with the 212s back in the day. You can prorate these things to 30,000 pounds. Anything over 26, you're still paying the 12% extra on top of your sales tax, and that's not a California thing. That is a federal excise tax called FET. So with that trailer and a 5500, I was still hitting higher than my, you know, weight sticker I was paying for on a daily. So I figured I'll just get the 212s, not even prorate it, save the 12%. Had I paid that 12% and prorated that trailer to 30, I probably might not have got this trailer.
But at the end of the day, we got even bigger equipment. You saw the Prime. The thing was 25,000 pounds. So let's go over the old one, show you the new one, what the differences is, and what's not actually different. Engineered neck, beam, said this a million times. Hutch suspension, hydraulic disc brakes tucked in underneath there. The hutch is, you see how beefy that is. That's, you know, semi-truck kind of stuff right there. If I remember right, back in the day reading on this, it was something like 44,000 pound rated suspension or some odd BS. Hydraulic dovetail, oak deck. Realistically, not too much extra going on up front, but I did get the hydraulic jacks, and they do come with a remote control. The new one actually has all the functions on the remote, so you don't have to switch any valving. Pretty overall, I mean, the trailer's 4 years old, and it looks like it's 6 months old. But you see, it's got the BX1 tapered fit, so you can miss by a little bit and it'll still seat nice and easy. 2 5/16 trailer ball coupler. You know, toolbox has got your stuff in it for your brakes and your hydraulics. This one up here, it's got your diverter valve for the fronts. I just keep a couple miscellaneous in here. You saw that bit right there. But chain rack, 30 feet long. That's 18 feet worth of fixed, 12 feet of tail. Get you a nice mellow slope. This one is 2022, maybe 23. I don't know what it's registered as. 40K rated instead of 26, 30 feet long. It's literally the same, and it's just funny how that is. But this is a 2.0 version, and look at the coupler for the 3-inch. It is just so much more going on right there. And I like the fact that it's got some extra steel going down even further. It might hurt your adjustability a little bit. Like this one's got a lot to play, and it's actually sucked in quite a bit, which I'm in favor of. It's less leverage because the BMW ball sticks up out of the bed versus the Haida balls. But man, that is what I'm most thrilled about. Easy thing to spot a 30K versus a 40K trailer, because technically that's a 30K trailer, just not rated all the way up. First thing off the bat is your chains. If you can't spot the coupler difference, little chains versus the Haas chains right there. Look at that. I'm pretty excited mainly on this right off the kick. Now they switched to a different steel that was supposed to be slightly lighter and stronger. It's got a higher tensile strength. I forget the numbers. You can look on the Diamond C website. I'm not going to try and throw numbers out there I don't fully grasp and try to, you know, hit them on a note that I said something inaccurate. But it's hydraulic jacks. I believe the same jacks, still well branded. And then you come back here. I believe the beam is just slightly different. It's got a little bit more up in the front. Comes up, you know, it's got the swoop move. Hutch suspension. And this right here is one of the coolest things that they brought to the table. The 16K axles with the Alcoas, the aluminum wheels. Look at that. Now, when you order a 40K trailer, it comes standard with the big hutch suspension, because you got to have that. And it comes standard now with hydraulic disc brakes. So I don't got no drum brakes here. I got the big dogs, and those work fantastic. My old, you know, electric over electric drum brakes on my old trailer, you crank those things all the way up when you're towing pretty heavy. And they worked, but not everything you're hoping for. I run that trailer on 4 to 4.5 with that truck, towing the new Prime, which is 25,000 pounds. Go over to this guy here. I was running around 4-ish, and I was like, man, these things are working great. And might have got them a little hot because they were doing all the work. Ended up cranking these things about 2.5. So these brakes are doing some serious stuff. You got to have the oak deck when you're running the steel single grouser machines, because it'll destroy the pine. And when I was talking to Jacob, he said they might have trouble getting the oak at that one point in time. I said, well, keep the trailer until you get the oak, because I got to have that. And I think their shipment got fulfilled, and they got all kinds in there now. But one thing I did go different on is added the deck on the neck and a couple other lights. Why I added the deck on the neck? I wanted to get, obviously, more room for playing up there. Can put some extra stuff on there. But I wanted to try it out because the extra weight on there, I wanted to keep the trailer from hopping around a little bit when it's empty. Because for some reason, the 30-footers, and I did really consider going to a 32, but it just wouldn't fit in any job sites. Mainly so I could have a little bit more tongue weight to keep the trailer down. And I don't know if it's the coupler, but I did switch couplers and it kind of about acted the same. It just kind of hopped a little bit. So I was like, if I get a deck on the neck, that's going to be sweet. And, you know, keep the tongue down, and I could put, you know, buckets or whatever up there. And man, it rides noticeably different. I will say this is definitely thicker. There's different steel added in other spots. Besides the ingredients in the steel changing, they have I-beam cross ties instead of C-channel. So these things are beefier. And they also got the spare tire tucked in down here like a pickup truck. And you got a crank handle. Chain rack was actually welded onto this one. It wasn't an afterthought like my other one was. It does have lights in here when you're hooked up to the truck. There's your handle for lowering that spare tire. You know how they used to be up here. Some companies like the Texas Pride had it all the way out there. And I'll be straight up honest with you. I don't know how much one of these tires weighs, but this one used to just sit up the top, but they had the wrong bracket on there and actually broke. But that thing's heavy. Let me show you what their design before this one was, because I actually have 3 of these engineered. This one's not technically an F-Max. It's, I think they call it HDT. But this is my dump trailer. It's a 25,000 pound super single 10K. And this is how they have the spare tire in here. These spare tires got to weigh over 100, 120 something pounds. But you pull this pin and it comes down right here, which is an awesome idea. But they one up themselves by going to that right there. I did get the working lights added on, and they do have a little flasher right here in the back. I think I'm going to add a couple more on that system because it's just a toggle switch kicking on. Didn't get the solar panel. I don't know what happened with that one, but one thing I want to point out is you can tell that it's different steel. Now, I don't know what the grade of steel and stuff would have been for this one, but this trailer has not shown any issues whatsoever, and I put some pretty dang serious weight on it, and my buddies tow more than I do, and theirs haven't had any trouble. But I noticed this piece right here is thicker on the new one. I'll show you the C-channel stuff that this one has. You see that C-channel? That's all broken house. It's pretty cool when I went down there to show me how they build these trailers. Obviously, it's all CNC cut out, and everything is pretty much built in house. Even like it's got a C-channel on the side. They somehow give that a slope. But not one of these, like if you take one of these pieces from the front, I think these guys here, like that piece is supposed to go there, that piece is supposed to go there. It's got a different pattern that it cuts out, so you make sure you put it in the right spot. And I would presume you don't end up with extras. You know, you only get what you're allotted for that one trailer, and they don't have, like, it's just a big puzzle. It's pretty cool how they do it. There's a lot of engineering and goes into this compared to just cutting steel and slapping just your conventionals together. But I am pretty dang excited to finally have this rig. And yeah, this thing's actually rated for more than what, you know, they've had the 40K out for a while now, but it's actually rated for more than what that bad boy can handle. And I'd say the prime in this trailer setup is about at the max that I'd like on some of the roads around here. If I was flatland, honestly, 35,000 pounds behind that truck, flatland doesn't care at all. But up in the hills, braking is not an issue. It would be nice to have a little bit more power, but at the end of the day, got this trailer, got that nice rating, paid that extra tax, which 12% on a number like one of these girls, it's a lot. But this thing will coupler up to a little semi pretty easily, and I can haul 2 machines on this thing. 2 of the smaller ones, not like a prime and something else, but like, let's say, the skid steer and the chipper. You know, I could put the mulcher head with the skid steer, you know, just lift the arms up and set it up on the neck. The chipper will fit on the back. I can haul 2 machines with this thing. You know, thinking ahead a little bit, because I outgrew my last couple trailers pretty quickly. And, you know, this one is it'll take a semi to outgrow this thing. But I don't know if there's really too much more I can bring to the table talking about it here. I'm going to be a little bit easier on the back here because I don't think they ribbed this. Really was hoping they would, because the single grousers squish on that pretty tough. But it appears that the build quality, for the most part, is all these look really good. You know, I'm not going to throw them under the bus, and I'm not going to over boost the confidence in a brand if there was something standing out. You know, I'd have to be honest with people and mention it. But you can tell how this one's just got a little bit more, it looks a little bit different in the neck. I don't really know why. The steel just acted a little bit different compared to this one. But you look at this trailer being 4 years old, and the paint, shoot, where it main tie down spots is about all it chipped off, you know, on the main beam right there. The only real spot that it started showing anything right there is a little bit, but back here on the edge of the tail, first couple passes with the steel track machine, it kind of caved it in, and I try to put blocks on the back now. But you look at this thing, there ain't nothing wrong with it. The brakes are still, honestly, probably 75%. So she's held up really well. But I think I'll just go ahead and end this here. So first time I saw one of these trailers is when they released them in 2018 or something like that, with the one-piece neck. And I thought, man, that is freaking cool. And there's no way I'm going to be able to touch one of those. It's just mind-blowing that I got 2 of the F-Max rigs now. And then I got one of the dump trailers with that engineered neck, because that neck is just a work of art right there. Shoot. Man, she looks nice. Before I close out this video, I got to thank my buddies for helping stuff like this happen, because, you know, just me running around, try to get much done as I can, but you need buddies. And, you know, it's neat to meet people in industries that, you know, they help you out, you help them out. And I've been a pretty big supporter of Diamond C for the longest time, and to see the brand grow, because in 2019, 2018, something like that, when I started looking into the brand, I hadn't seen a Diamond C trailer in person. Flat out had not seen one in Northern California. And I heard that local hotshotter was going to be buying one, Arthur. And when it showed up, it was, man, he got 30K Diamond C, big axle. And, man, he paid some money for it. And I was like, man, I got to see that thing. And as soon as I saw that trailer, I ended up finding a dealer, David, out in Winnemucca at the trailer store. And he's been nothing but honest, just good buddy help ever since. And I try sending him as much business as I can. So if you guys are in California, Nevada, Oregon area, I mean, he's worth the drive to go out to Winnemucca. It's about 500-mile round trip for me to go out there. Wish I had more time to hang out, you know, on the normal visits. But, you know, now the Diamond C trailers, shoot, I could think of a couple dozen that I've seen just around town, you know, on a regular basis. And it's unbelievable. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them now myself. Unreal, you know. But, you know, props to them, because they, you know, no bull BS aside, you know, Jacob, thank you for all your help also. You know, you make these happen for me. Realistically, I still, you know, not to say I'm still paying a lot for these, but, you know, thank you, man. I appreciate it. And then, you know, what Diamond C has done with these trailers, everybody's copying them now. So, you know, that means they're doing something damn good. But we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out Diamond C in general, and then check out David at the trailer store, Winnemucca, Nevada. We'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, and if you're up that way too, if you want to buy a truck, Peterson Ram up in Nampa, Idaho. By the way, I'm not bluffing on those places. I called all over, and those guys treated me the best, answered all my questions, and, you know, they got the truck, got the trailers, got them for me. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. See ya. Oh yeah. I took the speed binders out of the little buddy trailer. They probably got like 20 uses on them. So they got transplanted. Might get some different ones for little buddy, but we got some good binders for this trailer. Apparently the new ones they have aren't quite as good as our customer support or something. I don't know. What do you think, boy?
Hey.
Hey. Got the final things installed. Bungee cord right across the top of the neck so your chains don't drag. Little man heard it's dinner time. He's headed out. And then they never come with a carabiner. I don't have a spot up here, so I got that in. So added the carabiner. Actually, Callahan did. Good job, bud. Check out these bad boys. That's just one of them. Wow. You see that, Callahan? Got them lights on, boy. Dude, that's not playing. That's, wow. It's not quite a, you know. Oh, a cowboy rig. It ain't got enough lights, but we got more lights than this one did.